Alright peeps, welcome back to Cavey, episode 12. In the last episode we got this big Badwater and good water storage system gone, and also completely run out of water altogether. Perfectly zero water. Now let's check the status of some of our thirsty beavers here. Oh, they're not the thirstiest in the world. Well, that to me says that we had the perfect amount of water for the length of drought we had. And since we've got the water flowing again, we've got beavers up here planting all the kohlrabies, as well as gone and doing here and planting all of these bloody kohlrabies. Now we've got one fowl falling, but the other fowls seem to be blocked somewhat. What's this? The pipe's in! And if we dive doing this pipe here, we'll see, oh, the water level's rising straight up the pipe. But not to worry, because it'll lower top this bit of dam before it comes over the top of that pipe. And look at this, clean water, pishing out the side like nobody's business, filling this little reservoir up here. You know what, speed 3 until this is bloody full. I'm going to turn the hood off right near the end here, because you're going to see this sluice close itself. And once that happens... well, we're still going over top because I haven't built the levees in front of these sources just yet. That means this source here is going straight through this bit pipe, chucking a Yui, and going redo to here. Making this side falls the new main fall. There'll be more water coming out of it. Ooh, why is it closed? It's open now, it's closed. Is this the downstream depth thing? Alright, I'm going to turn that off for now. We're just going to have it open. We want all the water we can get. Maybe not that much water though. Speed 4 until the flooding goes away. There we go, we're back in the room. And I have just noticed there we've got bloody knee logs knocking about. Which brings me on very nicely to replanting some of these trees. And I'm going to risk it here so I can show you what I'm on about. With oak trees. Now I'm only going to replace a couple in this corner for now. Because the trees in this corner don't get affected by bad tides. They stay growing any time of the tide. Now let's get in position to watch our first oak of Cavey get planted. I mean, we've chopped plenty of them down, but we've never once planted one. Look at that little chode of a tree right there. Give it a month, that'll grow big and strong, and we'll be able to chop 8 logs out of it. Now you might be thinking to yourself, MiGly, what about up here? You've got all the pine resin just knocking about here. Your tapper's shack's full. You're yet to build any of these extra pine resin warehouses. Why didn't you chop all of these down and replace them with oaks? Especially since in the last episode we found out we can't plant oaks where it's only bloody 3 high here. And this little reservoir here keeps this ground moist for at least 20 odd days. And that is very true. The only issue being is we got very lucky last episode and got a back-to-back drought. The second we get a bad tide, you're going to find out why we didn't want to be planting oaks up in here just yet. But for now, why don't we appreciate our big warehouse? Our scaringly small amount of corns, but nigh on full stack of corn rations. And this full stack of corn rations here, as well as a little bit of kohlrabi action, has helped us stay away from the berries and stock them bloody sky high. Look at that. We'll be able to reproduce for days. Isn't that right, beavers milling about around the Everblossom farms? Oh, you know what? I want to test something because we've got this in. This is now a sealed system. We need to test the new bit of the cave. Well, not the new bit, but like the bit we haven't tested yet. Oh, it takes so long to get down to a level here. But let's pop this to closed. And then let's watch this bit of cave fill up and hopefully not overspill anything. Because if it does, we're going to have to real casually sort that out. There we go, we're up the top. What's the water flow like? It does look like we've got a bit of flow here. Are we leaking though? I don't see any leaks. This bit up the top... oh no, I got a bit scared there, but it's just this dam overtopping. It just guns up the side. But I was going to say this bit here, if I gun up a level, you'll see water disappears. Oh, that's because there's an overhang. But look, the water's not actually there. It's just because I'm down on the level. The impermeable roof is doing its job, as well as this levee here. So we have another sealed bit of cave here. This bit of flow is perturbing, I will say. Do we have any random flooding anywhere? Nah, it doesn't look like it. It's behaving as I'd expect. Oh, you know what? Let's test this. We got 105 horsepower, 100 horsepower, 99 horsepower. Bloody hell, what's happening to the horsepower here? Is this it actually catching up? Let's see if it guns back up again. Because it's still flooding and everything. There's still water coming out. Right, yeah, we're gone then. So it fluctuates quite drastically and then starts flooding when it gets down. Well, let's see if we switch this sluice back on. What happens over here on the compact water wheel? 170 odd, it's bloody whooshing. At 200 horsepower, we're peaking 202 horsepower. But is it any more consistent now that we've got all the sources gone in? Or are we just absolutely flooding every bloody couple of hours? You know, I'm really not a fan of this, how it goes up and down and up and down. And then starts flooding. I'm going to pop this to 8.5 here, just as it's about to flood. And see if we don't flood anymore. And if it does anything with the power. Look at that, it was up 200. Yes, another drought! Back to back droughts! Ooh, I'm tempted now though. Quickly plant some oaks in here. At the very least, I can get these chopped down and replaced with oaks. Oh, but we need to do something about the water though. Oh, we need to do something about the water. Big time. We're about to get drastic here, peeps. I'm deleting this Badwater pump. I'll take those bonus logs. Strip a couple of layers of the map off here. So I can see where this bloody fall is. And see what would stop me from popping a bloody levee on. This hour hang, which has got this hour hang on it. Which has got nout on it. And then this hour hang, I believe, if we go up, is just on a pathway. Yeah, it is. So we need to demolish this, and this. With an absolute quickness, beavers. And I spy 8 logs I can get back. And I can see a handful of more logs. For example, these lads here, if I need them. And also, while you're doing that, beavers, can you real casually pop that handy down your small warehouse and deep Badwater pumps in? All with the maximum priority, please. And as well as cutting these pines down should help as well with the wood. And I'm also going to replace all of these pines with oaks. It's a risky strat, but I'm kind of expecting a long drought here. Which just makes me even more scared when it comes to this bloody water situation, man. Let's get as many haulers as we can. We only really need 2 builders. Now let's real quickly and casually watch these 2 builders pick up these logs, hopefully hammer this big water pump in, and then demolish these bloody hour hangs. And then I realised that builders are required to pick up the rubble, so we're back up to 4. And now we're at the point where we've got the warehouse ready to go. They'll start smashing logs in for this bad lad. And having a look at this little waterfall here, we should be able to pop a levee down and a little dam. I think that's the cheapest way I can do it, whilst retaining being able to walk across the top. And would you look at this, we've made ourselves another little way down. We may as well pop some ladders on for the time when we get there. For now, beavers, the priority is maximum on these, high on these, and bloody minimum on these. Oh, and the beavers have got the deep water pump in now. Looking at our materials here, we're going to have to free up about 20 logs very quickly. Now, I change your mind, I'm going to do it properly, even if it's a bit more expensive. Give me a levee there, and a single eye floodgate there. So build up beavers, waste your time picking those 9 logs up and putting them back in there. Ooh, maximum priority job, very important. Otherwise they're going to get slapped into something else. Like this massive high priority job going on here. I'm trying to find some stuff that if I delete, I don't delete all of the things. For the sake of 2 ruddy logs. Oh, no, this isn't too bad. I'm getting 4 logs, a plank. And then I can delete these side platforms as well and get a tidy amount of logs and planks. Build up beavers, get that rubble picked up with an absolute quickness while I quickly rebuild your housing estate here. Oh, and they've got the levee in. They've moved the 9 logs from there into there. Now you just need to get this bloody floodgate in. And it's going to be a 0.95er. Oh, there's the builder beavers. Hammering it in. And you know what? For now, just for now, pop a handy dandy small warehouse in there, please, beavers. So what has got a path back. Now let's watch these beavers hammer these logs in. And hopefully the planks as well. And there they're gone, it's all in. We're flooding. Any particular reason? Is 0.95 a bit too high? Let's experiment. Let's bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. There we're gone. Everyone's happy. We're not flooding. Let's quickly set up some automations here. Drought starts all the way up to 1. Drought ends. Looks like we've got a little bit of room there. So let's test 9-0. At 9-0 floods. A5 it is. And before we get too late on in the episode, I'm going to pause these breeding pods here. Where did I put the 3rd one again? Oh, aye, next to the lemonade stand. So we're not going to have any births because we may have to reduce our population to avoid dehydration. We're going to stop slurping on this bit of water here. This is purely to keep a little bit of green ground to run to get food going. Because I'm very likely going to properly pause these fluid dumps here. As in, I am going to do that. And what I'm going to do, because I can see it's all the way up the top now, when we get near the end, I'm going to manually slap these floodgates up to 2 and flood the map, filling this little hole here and this little hole here all the way to the brim. Although by the looks of things, this one will be a little bit more difficult to fill to the brim. Maybe we'll let this beaver unpause once more. Oh, aye, and I shouldn't forget, I need to put these to closed. Not just this one though. Let me go halfway down the world here and show you that I need to do it with this sluice and all. Because if we fill all of these caves with water, it's just backup bonus water, isn't it? And we can release it from the sluices, chuck it through the U-bend there, out into the river and keep things a little bit more hydrated. Maybe even slurp up some extra water if we can. Ooh, this could be it. This halfway point could be a proper little genie. Hang on. We're already full up here. How full are we? How are we full to the top? This is open, isn't it? Yeah, this is permanently open. This is flooded as well. I designed that in. I just forgot that I designed that in the system, you know. It's for those players that like to forget things. I just automate it for you, you know. I just make sure the pressure going into the sluice is much higher than the sluice can actually put through. And then the caves naturally fill for you. But unfortunately, we don't have any automations with these, so I am going to have to remember to close them when the time comes. But since this is now a fully sealed system, I don't have to touch this sluice here. It can remain permanently open. Oh, but what about this sluice? This sluice will start opening to maintain the water level back here. But the water level back here stays open for yonks. I'm popping that to closed for now. That's not going to affect anything because you've still got these 3 water sources down here free flowing over the top there. I'm feeling mildly hopeful now about this drought. I was kind of shiting myself, not going to lie to you peeps. But I'm mildly hopeful now. I still want to slurp up all the water we can. Make sure we've got some haulers, which we didn't. Let me pause 2 inventors. Maximum priority these haulers. So I can get 4 haulers, 2 builders, and 2 inventors. And these haulers are going to make these water pumpers a lot more efficient. Look at them, we can't even slurp it up because there's nobody taking his water away. I love the water in the pipe there. You can just see it just peeking out, being like, get in there. What about the crack though? Is the water level up to the crack? Oh, I don't think it is. Nah, it's just below the crack there. You can see it flowing down. We'll have to wait still. But I think that means that the water level in there shouldn't get any higher because we're going to pipe up from this point. So there's no need to have a levee here. So what, should we do something about the berry storage here? Because it's going to fill up pretty sharpish, isn't it? And we've got heaps of room for cassavas. Let's turn fermented cassavas into berry storage for now. And then we'll just let the cassavas pile up. Start dipping through our corn rations. We'll be able to grow kohlrabies like nobody's business up here. What do you mean there's no path? Oh, because I didn't put a path on. Fair enough. Look at all that pine resin storage we're not going to use. Oh, actually, what we can do is use it as fermented cassava storage. Just so there's a bit of it, you know. We've got 1 day left. Are you unpaused? You are. I want to make sure this is full before the drought actually hits so I can properly unpause you and just make sure we're not pissing water straight into holes. You know what? I should be using this bloody fermented cassava, shouldn't I? 24 work days anyway, beavers, now for the last day. And then remember, MiGly, put that up and remember to close the sluice. I'm going to raise the floodgates now up to 1. And I'm going to close the sluice. We're going to let this flood out. Oh, and didn't tell us it's going to gone. Didn't tell us it reaches. Oh, it just doesn't reach. I'm happy with that, because I would have been spewing if I unpaused old mate and pitched what I don't have for no reason. Speaking of doing things for no reason, we are flooding for no reason, like. Let's come back to 0.85 here. I've topped up the pool, I'm happy with that. And then as we get towards the end here, 0.3 got to 9.95. And then when it's 0, we got up to 1. That's the 26-day drought! Yeah, nah, pal, you're getting your advanced ticky box unpaused. And I'm double checking I've got this ticky box unticked as well. Let's pause this fermenter, you've got no more spinny wheels. All the water pumpers have stopped sloping it up. We've got a little reservoir up here. Thanks to our automated floodgate, so we can keep growing down here. If we dive into the cave, we've got our big water reservoir in here, which is bloody difficult to have a look at. There it is, look. That's keeping our oaks around here nice and moist. And we should actually get all of these oaks in the 30 days. We've even started replacing some of the pines there. But what we really need to check on, after reducing the working hours doing, is going underground and seeing, do we have all the water? We do! Look at that. To the brim. And while I was making the thumbnail for episode 11, I was like, damn, that is actually straight underneath the warehouse there. The water level is here. Like, is there. Look at that bloody water level there. Aren't I happy that the top of our hangs are impermeable? Because the bottom of warehouses certainly aren't. And look, we've got a little reservoir here and all, which we can use this sluice to just release it out. And it's got its little blue line there, so once it gets above the top, it'll stop. So here we are, 1.6k water. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. But my main priority for this episode is to do as much of this levee building as possible. Primarily for the Badwater tank here. I want this built. And then my next bit is going to be getting this little bit of levee doing here in. That's the bit that blocks off the sources here. Because as soon as we have these 3 sources under control, we can confidently plant oaks all the time up here. This can be oak corner. Apart from when we replant the pines, of course. You know what, since we've been lucky with this bloody drought, I'm going to go in here, go oak, do that whole corner, So I'm pretty sure it can's at least that far out, the little moist corner when there's a bad tide. So whenever these trees grow in, they'll be replaced with oaks. But I'm hesitant to make this one an oak, because this one definitely dries out when there's a bit of contamination about. Oh, I've got 10 beavers, we're now to D. Let's unpause these laddies. Get the priorities switched around on here. And admire all of this green ground here. Look at all of the growth we're able to accomplish here during this bit drought. Or at least during the bloody start of it, that is. So if this is my priority, why didn't we priority it appropriately? The only bit I'm going to have to be clever about is this bloody tank and ladder here. Because now I need to get into here and make sure that this bit's all back to priorityed. Well, with this all appropriately prioritised, why didn't we enter into a wee speedy up bit until I start panicking because we run out of water? And by my reckoning, it's not going to be that long. Or, in case me little guesstimates are wrong, until about 10 days into the drought. Because I want to see what the evaporation's like on the water in the caves there. And we're under 1,000 water. I'm starting to get scared. Let's quickly check on how we're doing with raw water in the cave here. Oh, we're still full. That is what I wanted to see. Because to be fair, this is all sealed. It's underground. It's in a cave. There should be minimal evaporation. And I mean minimal evaporation. We did have a bit of a dry up going on over here. But that was only a couple of days ago, to be fair. We got a solid nigh on 10 days of kohlrabi growing over here. Oh, and this hole's got me thinking. We never actually looked midway through a drought to see how this little bit's doing. So let's have a look. Oh, not too shabby. It's only really went doing a block. I think that's after about 7 days, this corner. Oh, look at this. We've got all the oaks in up here. But anyway, after about 7 days, this corner here guns dry. But anyway, the reason I bloody came out of that, we need to unpause maybe 1 or 2 water pumpers and automate this sluice with the downstream depth bit on. Oh, look at that water. It's properly pishing out. It's gone fast. I need to make sure it doesn't flood. It doesn't go out the side. With DNR eating here, we've still got a bit of a block going. Doing here the same story with DNR eats. Now, I'm curious what the water level's like in these caves now. Oh, look at that. It hasn't even dropped that much. Oh, mint. Mint, 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 mint. Right, beavers, you need to be slurping all this water up. I'm going to get 4 years on the crack. The 4 that are closest to the district centre there. And then make sure we're definitely our top this, because this won't stop with from overtopping. Let's have ourselves a bit of a speedy up bit where we can see the level of the river and the level of the cave there. And I'm going to pause the levee now. Well, close the levee now rather, because we're about to clock off and we're right near the top. And when these water pumpers stop slurping, the water would just go straight over and out the map, which we didn't want. And look at this. We've still got a full bloody cave. Let's go and doon. Alright, all full under here. The little U-bend's full. I am buzzing with this, like, absolutely buzzing with this. And I'll try and find a slightly different angle for the next speedy up bit, because as much as it was cool, we didn't really see as much of this getting built as I thought we would. I did unpause the smelter, unpause the lumber mill, and get the second industrial lumber mill up and running as well. And we didn't need E-run and Mr. Farmer. What we do need is to switch the bloody priorities around in here to make sure we got at least 2 haulers knocking about. And 2 builders, that'll do. Oh, did I miss them? Oh, I missed them. I missed the morning beavers going up and doing the stairs here. Not to forget the back stairs, which leads all the way up. I love it. Love how it blocks it. It leads all the way up here. You still can't see it. It leads all the way up here to get along to the side, which then eventually connects into the Badwater tank. Yeah. Tell you what, there's got to be something else when it's all done in it. So for this speedy up bit, we're going to need to get these last 2 bits of ladders in, then this platform, then we'll start building this levee stack, and then we'll start exploding outwards, building levee stacks left and right. The beavers will dip down, build more of this floor, and then to get over to this level, we've got a high priority jobby, which I think I'm going to have to make ultra high priority. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to build run there properly. I'm going to pause this barrack, and I'm going to get the beavers to build all of these platforms, just like that. And what that'll do is it'll allow beavers to get on top of the barrack. And then when the beavers are looking down over the barrack, they can build this pipe here, they can reach over there, they can help out once we get levees in their faces. They can even help build that pipe up there as well. So with all of that building in mind, and I need to keep an eye on the river level here, I reckon this could be a canny little angle to while away the next 14 days. Hold up, 11 days left. I opened the sluice and now came out. Have we drained the cave? We've drained the cave. The cave's drained. Water pumpers, pause. We need to keep all the water in this river as we can. We need to keep this hydrated. But I did unpause these bad lads. I am going to untick the unpausey box though now. You've got your 1 refill during the drought because you've got 1.4k water left for 11.4 days. And I tell you what, these bloody oaks need to hurry up and get growing like, because we are just not sorting out this wood supply. I mean, yeah, now look, I've got a lot of maximum priority jobs that take a hell of a lot of logs knocking about, you know. I am well aware of that. Look at that, this beaver's well aware of it as well. Oh, we don't even need to do that. Beavers, just regular old priority of these platformers here. Because I've got the ladder that guns up the side of the house and they can start banging away from there. Look at that, straight in 2 out of 12 instead of 1 out of 12. But if not else, we've got plenty of lemonade for the beavers to come and enjoy. Even the farmers like it. Tell you what, like, we didn't get many cassavas, do it. I'm pretty sure we've got an equal amount of cassava and corn. Maybe I did prioritise the corn a little bit, like. But we are starting to stack our bonus berries in here. And looking at the bloody thing at the top, we should have loads of bloody kohlrabies. Look at that. All of them kohlrabies. Now, I think it's time. I'm confident to unpause these 3 breeding pods here. Get them unpaused. And while we've got all these beavers running doing the stairs going to graft in the morning, I was trying to figure out why these berry bushes are dry here. And they're going to dry out now because we've got 11 days left of this bloody drought. And I wonder if it's actually getting hydrated by the water that's in here. And this is just dipped below and it's like, yeah, now see you later, I'm off. Now I'm going to be cutting it tight again, 1.4k water for 11 days. But to that I'll say, sod it, we're going to do a massive speedy up bit all the way to the water comes back. What will be, will be. And with 0.2 days left, we've got 822 water. Proper naughty matter job here. I did have to go through and unpause these 2 during that, like. We fully dried up. And we dried up our here and all. 87% the way through. What's the water level like? It's doing a bit. But we basically get 2 blocks here before we have any issues. But the main reason I'm out of here before the tide changes is I want to actually watch our water do its little U-turn. So we've got our full water system here. This source here is going to start peshing. This source is going to start peshing. And then this little reservoir is going to fill and go over the top here. As well as these sources here that are going to go and run. Fill up this little bit of reservoir and then go and doing the waterfall and start coming down here. Anyway, enough of my yapping. Let's speed 3 it up. Now isn't that a bloody sight to behold right there? An absolute magnificent water system. And over time, I believe we'll start flooding the bloody cave. Now that cave did save us, I will say that, like, it absolutely saved us having that cave flooded. We're back to growing these oaks. How did we get on with our Badwater repulsion system back here? Not too bad. We're getting the pipe up there. We're starting to get a proper layer down on the bottom. That's right. I'm sick of this flooding, aren't I? 0.85 is where you're going to rest because that seems to be where the flooding doesn't happen. Now get away, flooding. Ooh, and unpause these. MiGly, get those unpaused. We need to slurp all the water and plant all the crops. And you know what? I reckon I'm gonna do something here that I wasn't gonna do just yet, but that was a really scary drought, and I used to look forward to droughts, so I don't like that being scary. I'm gonna pop a sluice in here and then levy up. And as you can see, I can only levy up to there, so there is no point whatsoever in building these levees. But that is gonna be our little cave dam. And you know what, beavers? That's a maximum priority job right there. I'll pause this particular levee so they can get in and get around. And this levee, it's going to avoid a little bit of flooding here by closing above a downstream depth of 0.95. And that's its job, basically. It just sits there and lets water out. And my plan is rather clever, but I may need to pop a levee there. We'll find out if I have to or not when it's built. And I just looked, we've got 16 vacancies. Let's pause these 4 bloody inventors here. Let's pause our manufacturing temporarily. And we'll see if that fills these 3 little walkers here. 2 out of 3 at least. I was about to say, can I pause any farmers down here? But they're already bloody paused. I'll bring you down to 1 though, just to make sure we get all the water slurpers slurping away. And of course we had our bloody breeding pods paused during that, so we are a bit lacking on our population. But I didn't regret it. It was less floppy than it could have been. Now what peeps, I've been thinking, right? Just so happens with the way that this pipe's been built, if I delete this levee here and build something around the side, I can push Badwater right out the side of the map. That will allow this little reservoir here to stay nice and chill for that 5 or 6 days it was. It does make me want to bring the priority doing on here, because remember, this cave, as much as we've sorted these 2 sources out, the other source, the one that's currently overspilling, again it requires all this to be built before I can get it out the map. So yeah, now for new, I'm going to go ahead and design a little cheap-ish Badwater spout here. So hi beavers, that's your new maximum priority job. And as for the old maximum priority job, that's actually a high priority job. At least the bits you can actually reach all. I'm thinking beavers should be able to build this need bother like. If we had some builder beavers, that is. Just the one, but a high priority one. I can't steal any jobs, can I? That's right. I got any jobs to bloody steal. I just reduced a worker from there and they went, oh, there we go. So you got Garamo here. Your job, pal, is to be gone. Where you gone? Where you gone, mate? What are you doing? You're hammering in there. Aye, fair dinkum, you got us there, beaver. I didn't think about this little diagonal reach doing here. Right, no, beaver. You need to be getting all the way up. Where you gone? Where you gone, beaver? Alright, now, beaver, that's got to be your last call for that little bit there, surely. Do not go... Why are you going back there, beaver? Can you not reach this or something? Yeah, you can reach it. I thought you could reach it. How about we just pause this completely? And I have a feeling old mate is going to continue on anyway because he's not actually building that platform. If we dip on underground, I think you're going to find that there's something doing here that he's plucking logs into. I don't know what it could be. The side platform's already in there. We've got the levees paused. Alright, Mr. Builder Beaver. Where are you going with this? Why? It's not... You're not even working on that. You're working on this? No. No. I have no idea what you're doing here now, Beaver. These are all like normal priority jobs as well. Like, I have not a Scooby-Doo what's going on here. Unless he was building this? Let's have a look. Does this go up? He can build infinitely up! Alright, high priority that then. So you didn't end up dumping 4 logs into there? I thought builders could only build bloody 3 up. I wonder, because it's like a modded bloody ladder thing, they just gone straight to the top. And the beaver must have been building this platform when they were on the roof there. Or at least that's what I'll choose to believe. Alright, Garamo, are you finally going... No, where are you going, pal? What on earth is maximum priority doing there? I thought I checked all this. Where are you going? Right, this is where we find out where he's got... The beaver is building this effing side platform. I thought it was good enough just to pause this. This beaver's having my life, like, I'm telling you. Garamo, pal, clock off. And then in the... My beavers! I'll catch you, Mr. Builder. And we're gonna follow you all the way to your little wood pile down here. And then I'm so confident that I've got everything sorted that we're just gonna keep talking these speedy up bits until this warehouse is getting hammered in. Look at that, man. I am the master of Timberborn. After a lot of trial and error, just like anybody else. Let's continue the speedy up bit with a different angle where you can see the oaks on the crack and the levees getting built. That's the first oaks we've grown and chopped down in Cavey there, happening in the speedy up bit on the right. And is this the first maybe functioning Badwater repulsion system in Cavey as well? This is a monumentous speedy up bit, this, isn't it? One of the finest yet. Oh, we got a warning. What is it? It's another drought. Another drought! Well, in that case, we don't necessarily need any of this here. Let me pause this. Make sure all of this rubble's maximum priority. And if we've got a drought incoming, I'd like to get this dam up rather quickly. I unpaused this lumberjack flag here to help out with the old mate over here. And he's full anyway, so you can get pause. Can work over there. Maybe. Right, I'm coming down to 1 grafter in every bloody farmhouse. Apart from the one I've still got paused. Are we gonna get some plankers and smelters? Oh, we're shite. Well, I think the best bet is to just pause all of these farms we have here. At the very least, pause this fluid dump here, because now we can just flood at the end and fill the pool. And we've got a planker. And that's about it. A quick planker. I did up the builders to 4 though, so we should start smashing logs in where needed. And I've just thought, I'd rather this little bit here be a platform, and then some levees. That way we retain the water volume underneath. Now when the beavers get run to here, there are planks lying on the ground for them to pick up. And that'll help them get that platform and the sluice in. Well, to get the sluice in, we need this bulk grafting. Maximum priority steal a job and then doing a high priority. Well, let's quickly get this bit dam in. Oh, what beavers! Get yourselves up. I know it's a tired old day, but you need to get doing those ladders there. And finish off our big cave dam here. And we need to get it in sharpish because we're starting to flood. Although... look at that. Cheeky beggar. Go on, creep in. Creep into the hole. Yes, free refill on the hole. Happy, happy days. You see, we could be upset about the flooding and these kohlrabis being all upset about it. Or we could be happy that we're getting a free refill in the hole. I wouldn't mind not having these kohlrabis die, like. Maybe that's the maximum priority levy. See if we can get it in the next 0.3 days. What do you reckon, peeps? 0.3 day speedy update with the hood on. Oh, look at that. Are we close? Is this the beaver? Oh, it is. A little bit quicker. And it would have been saved. Just like this call, Robbie will be saved. I have hope. I have hope. Evaporate, little block. Evaporate. Damn it. But anywho, beavers, the rest of this is also maximum priority. I need you to get a cranking away with that. I knew it. I knew there'd be one that wasn't bloody accessible from the top. There's always one, isn't there? I'm going to delete this. Absolute waste of 3 logs and say, beavers, just build it. I don't even care. 0.2 days. Let's get this up to 1. Let's get this up to 1. Ooh. And let's close this, because I haven't even checked to see if we flooded the cave or not. Have we flooded? Oh, we haven't. Oh no, 0.2 days. How much flooding do we get in that time? Not a full cave's worth, but it's only a 19-day drought. And, unlike last time, we have a full supply of 3.8k water. As well as some bonus water over here. Oh, look at that, we didn't even get it in time. Can a beaver please come and finish this bloody sluice here? Beaver, hammer the sluice in from above. Where's the bloody builder, beaver? Oh, man, where's everybody? It's flooded. I need to reduce the floodgate temporarily. Then bring it back up, and then it's in. It all happened in the blink of an eye in a speedy upbit. I'll try and slow it down and post. Sorry if it looks like a slideshow. And the pistolity stones? It's a bloody empty cave, man. I didn't even hold any water back with that. Like, that was actually pointless. That was a complete and utter waste of builders' time and our resources. Honestly, like... I just... You see, if people want to see I'm doing this to try and make the videos entertaining and keep things up and things like that, I couldn't argue with them. Like, they're wrong, I'm honestly not. But what am I going to do? Admit I'm a daft shite. No. But no, with all of these paused, we finally have some beavers to graft with. First things first, let's stop our beavers from delving into the old berry reserves. And we got 3 beavers, we're now to D still. So why don't we kick the berries out of here, unpause this bit fermenter, as well as the food factory, because if we've got the engine running, we may as well have everybody running in here. And allow the unpause 1 plank off for now, just because, you know, we still only have 9 wood. So we got these farmers here, prioritising corn, these farmers prioritising cassavas, and the rest of them on kohlrabi duty. You know, this could be a fun little speedy uppick, couldn't it? All the beavers picking the corn, all the other beavers picking the cassavas. My useless dam in the middle of the cave there, sitting doing sweet FA, and that's what you call a top-class speedy upbit. Now, we are struggling to keep up with the tree chopping, so I've got 4 lumberjack flags unpaused right now. That does mean we have 0 builder beavers. But I'll happily bring a whacker doing in the industrial lumber mill. Because we're now on full lumber plank storage. And then once I reprioritise and unpause all of these things. And I was going to come back and see our lowly old builder beaver can crack away building all of this stuff here. But we had some deaths our night. Therefore, we're going to have to completely pause the industrial lumber mill for now. Quickly chop down some trees. I see you're sitting on your arse. Aye. Get paused, then deleted, then replaced. Because if that's why the trees aren't... Oh, we're full on storage. Oh my! Okay, right. Let's pause this lumberjack flag. Let's pause this lumberjack flag. Let's steal all the workers to get 4 builders. Reduce the priority on the builders so we can make sure we got our plankers back up and running, because we're going to fly through the 42 planks. Look, we're already doing to 38. And how about we do a real casual speedy up bit to get some proper building progress done on this Badwater tank here. I tell you what, it's been a weird little episode, this one, hasn't it? We started off the episode panicking about water. We were happy with that. We've made some absolute buffoon buffunders with what we decided to do with our levees during the temperate season. But we have had back-to-back droughts, and it has truly helped us get ready for what's inevitably going to be a million billion bad tides back to back. And the only way I know to get ready is to get this bloody big split water system on the gun, so our beavers will never have to worry again. At least this is a proper decent angle here where you can actually see some building cracking along, you know. Our speedy up angles of this Badwater tank getting built are only getting better, and I hope yous are keen for the next episode. Like, I reckon it's gone off the charts, like. And you only have to wait until tomorrow for it. And speaking of tomorrow, I'll be seeing yous then. Toodaloo!